Happy Sunday to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with a look at your forecast. Heading into a new work week, we are going to have some big changes. Starting today, we're showery, breezy at times. We had some really heavy rain this morning, causing a lot of spinouts on the roads, lots of ponding. We'll get a break before we get another round of rain later this afternoon and tonight. We're drying things out Monday, but just briefly, we're actually going to have a stronger system rolling in Monday night and into Tuesday, so more so overnight, early morning hours on Tuesday, lasting much of the day, and then another system rolling in Wednesday. The difference between our previous systems and the incoming systems, the flow aloft is going to change. So instead of them coming from the south and even the west, they're coming from the northwest, and so they're going to be cooler systems. We're going to cool things down. Snow levels are going to drop. They're already dropping today, but below pass level this week coming up. King tides are going to continue through the 6th. For Seattle, it's the 4th through the 6th, and we've already had some coastal flooding today. You see this area of bright green, so the lime green, that is a coastal flood advisory in place for Puget Sound, and this is going to continue through 10 a.m. this morning. We've already hit high tide for interior areas, and Whatcom County and the islands have been under a coastal flood warning for the greater risk for higher inundation and coastal flooding, moderate to potentially major coastal flooding, but it doesn't end today. We'll likely have more alerts issued into our Monday. Now the Washington coast and through the strait, they have yet to hit high tide. That comes later this morning into the afternoon, and so we're going to have more coastal flooding. So the last day for king tides for Westport is today at 12:52 p.m. The predicted tide 11 feet. Bellingham pre-sunrise times January 4th through the 5th, and then Port Townsend similar, and then Seattle the 4th through the 6th through the pre-sunrise times. Let's take you to Westport. It's been a beautiful morning, not yet high tide, but you can see how wet the roads are from the previous coastal flooding as well, and from the morning rain. The waves aren't all too intense by any means, but as we get closer to high tide and we're going to get a strong push of winds, likely going to see some inundation out there. If you are headed to the coast and you want to check it out, just please use extreme caution. Never underestimate the power of water, especially if you're getting closer to the jetties. You all know the drill. But again, king tides will continue Monday and into Tuesday for interior areas. Today, showery, breezy. Fewer showers on Monday, and we're cooler. Then we get into the middle half of the week, and that's when things turn pretty active, especially with gusty winds, heavy mountain snow, and we'll get some heavy rain in the lowlands as well. Now later in the week, things appear as though they're going to dry out, at least for now. That could definitely change with some ridging taking hold. So let's take it day by day with a zoomed out view, and then I'll take a deeper dive closer to our area just to kind of give you an overview of what we can expect. So we have this low just spinning offshore. That's going to push inland as the day goes on, and then it's going to bring us another wave of rain, as I mentioned, but it's also going to bring some blustery winds. We dry out into Monday, except where we get some convergence zone activity setting up, and then here comes that next system from the northwest I mentioned. So that's going to be Tuesday, and then we'll see a break before our next system rolls in into Wednesday, and that's really going to bring us rain, heavy rain at times, and then some heavy mountain snow. And you see into Thursday, things start to settle on down, and then into Friday, likely going to dry out as well as that ridge takes hold. However, we could get a couple of disturbances trying to ease their way into the area. But let's focus on the next couple of days. As I mentioned, you see this little low, the counterclockwise spin offshore. That's going going to send that next batch of rain. The heaviest rain fell basically between about 4 a.m. to about 7, 8 o'clock, and you see how we had that pulse of yellow. That was causing a lot of issues on the roads, as I mentioned. Now that batch of rain is going to taper off. We'll get sun breaks, but then that next round arrives into the afternoon. Here's around lunchtime, brunch time, some sun up north, and then we'll get this wave of rain from the southwest to northeast by the afternoon, and then lowering snow levels. So we'll at first get a rain and snow mix at, say, Snoqualmie Pass. Eventually it will turn into all snow, and you can kind of see on the futurecast with that spin closer to the coast as it pushes in. You see how it's counterclockwise, that spin there into Monday morning, and then things taper off except that convergence zone. You see that there. We'll have a good amount of sun tomorrow, maybe some low clouds or fog in the morning, then we'll have sunshine. So take advantage of Monday, but it will be on the cooler side. Overnight into Tuesday morning. For now, plan on a wet commute. Tuesday morning, here's the pre-dawn hours around 4 or 5 o'clock, and you see how rain starts to spread over the area and becoming widespread by mid 9, 10, 11 o'clock or so, so mid to late morning, except for that rain shadow because it's moving in from the northwest to southeast. The Olympics pick up all that moisture. It sucks up the moisture and we get shadowed. Very typical. You all know the drill. But look up in the mountains. You see all of that purple, and it's dark purple. That's indicating heavier snow, and then pockets of moderate to heavy rain closer to the coast. Then we get into Tuesday evening. You noticed how most of the day it was raining, then we had most of the snow falling, especially if we get some of the convergence setting up over King and Snohomish counties once again, and it's showing that the models are really good, at least the high resolution models are really good at picking up on convergence zone activity, and it's showing just that into Wednesday morning. So that's likely when we're going to get a lot of snow for Stevens and Snoqualmie passes because our snow levels are going to come so low, about 1,500 feet or so. Let's talk about the wind, because today it is going to be rather blustery. It's already been blustery. Now our in-house model's not showing on any strong winds into the afternoon, but it's going to be windy regardless. Expect winds, sustained winds, about 15 to maybe 25 miles per hour, especially as that low moves ashore and moves overhead. But then Monday, things are rather quiet. Things turn a little breezy overnight, Monday night and into Tuesday, and then we'll get some stronger winds into late morning, maybe mid-morning to the afternoon on Tuesday. And you see how potentially some wind gust over 35, maybe up to 40 miles per hour. Now let's talk about the rain. And with Tuesday and Wednesday system, we could have some gusty winds as well, which we'll watch out for you. Just know it's going to be rainy, blustery, and then difficult mountain travel or pass travel, but great for skiers and snowboarders. Here's a look through Monday morning. So with this next batch of rain, we could get an additional maybe 2/10 of an inch up to 1/2 of an inch. If we get that convergence zone setting up, then we can expect some higher totals over portions of King and Snohomish counties, potentially up to Whatcom and Skagit as well. But then we get those back-to-back systems Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's when we can expect that heavier rain, especially closer to the coast, the Cascade foothills, even again with some convergence zone activity setting up. So maybe an inch up to maybe 2 inches or so for Puget Sound. Some spots even higher than that. And the eastern side of the Cascades will also get some rain and then likely some snow as well. Snow levels today, so they started off kind of low. They're going to start to come down to about 3,500 feet. So starting around 4,000, 3,500 feet, but then continuing to drop. But keep in mind with Monday, we don't have a lot of moisture in place except for the convergence zone. Tuesday and Wednesday, we get that cooler air moving in and our snow levels go way down and they'll stay low. Wouldn't be surprised to even see some flakes in the lowlands as well. That's something we'll have to watch out for. But for now, we're not expecting anything major. I'm sure you've seen on the app, the default app on your phone, the little snowflake mixed with rain. Yes, that is certainly a possibility, but main thing will be some of that heavy rain. And Here's a look at the snow totals, estimated snow totals through Monday morning. Up in the passes, a couple of inches. Mount Baker and the higher volcanoes will get more than that, but it's not until Tuesday and Wednesday and into Thursday when we really start to add to that snowpack. We'll get some heavy snow, and watch out, we'll likely have some winter weather alerts up in the mountains, probably for Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. So that's just showing that heavy mountain snow, which will impact pass travel. But once again, great for the skiers and snowboarders and for our snowpack. It's just really, really low at this point. So through Thursday, again, this is just one model showing that potential for at least a foot in the mountains and at the passes, potentially up to 4 feet at some of the higher ones in the North Cascades. So Mount Baker. So good snow is coming. And it's going to stay there. We're not going to have super high snow levels and just seeing rain. So we have some promising snow headed our way. Here's a look around Washington. This is around 9:30 this morning. You can see gray skies for most. Winter wonderland, lots of beautiful powder at Paradise. And in Seattle, we've had sun breaks. And like I mentioned, we'll have sun breaks in the mix, just going to be rather blustery with passing showers at times. For highs today, above normal, upper 40s to about 50, average highs 47, so not too terribly above normal. Yesterday, a good chunk of the area in the 50s, and so that was well above normal. For tonight, temperatures are going to be on the cool side once again, mid upper 30s, so we'll have a colder night and colder nights up ahead. For our Monday, it's going to be just mostly dry. We'll have some clouds and then some sun, so enjoy it. Mid 40s, so possibly even a little below normal, and the winds will start to come down. But then once again, Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday, we're trending colder, and we'll have some really cold mornings, especially as we head into Wednesday night and into Thursday, and with snow levels coming very low and with some of the precipitation possibly falling overnight. So yes, wouldn't be surprised to see some of our higher hilltops, and with our snow levels so low, to see some rain and snow mix as well. But once again, we'll keep you posted on that. It's not a guarantee. But then Friday and Saturday, that's when things start to dry out for now. We'll have clouds in place. We'll have highs in the mid and upper 40s. Remember, you can always find a deep dive into the forecast, a lot of detail on our King 5 Plus app. Meteorologist Leah Pizzetti will be in tonight to give you the latest, and meteorologist Rich Marriott will be in tomorrow, Monday morning, to also bring you the latest forecast details. Hopefully you get to go out and enjoy some dry time for your Sunday, and I hope you have a fabulous week.